Hey folks, so I'm recording a short video here just while I mess around with some logic designs. Thought I would show you my little test bed area here. So this was the test for my monstrosity chicken game. So you can see when you step onto a pad, the yellow light turns off. When you step off of it, the red light blinks. So that's a positive and negative edge detection circuit. Super simple, 2 gates. Yeah, 2 gates, 2 transistors. So that's really useful for any kind of mini game design or whatever. Tripwires. This monstrosity right here is a 2-bit binary counter. It's overly complicated. So every time I press this, it's a clock pulse, and we count. So we can count to 3 with this. Woo! It takes a long time to get to a valid state, so that's 1. Two, and the 3rd press, both lights. So if you want to make a binary counter to any number of bits, you just keep stacking this little thing on top. And that one turns off. It triggers the next one to go on, and it's the same exact circuit as this, the negative edge detection. So I'll leave this up on the screen for a little bit so you can see what it's doing. Maybe some light on the subject. Ooh, wow, that's super bright. Anyway, so the pulse comes through. You've got a this one goes straight into, there's no edge detect on this. It just feeds into memory cell, which remembers the state. This is an isolator, so we don't back up power through the other thing, and also provides an extra bit of delay. I don't remember why I did that. It might have been an experiment. Yeah, see, because this is already isolated from power since it's on the control input of the AND gate. These might not be necessary, but they're there. I must have tried it with and without, and it decided that it worked better with. So this, these 2 delays here, plus this as a isolation unit from power backup, holds state. Holds the on state for each of these lights. So then when this thing turns on, it powers this. This setup here is the negative edge detector. So when this power goes off, it will provide a pulse to the next set of memory, which will turn this light on. So when the first one turns off, the second one turns on. And you can propagate that up as many bits as you want. Of course, the more number of bits you have, the longer it takes. You know, this is not necessarily the way to go with this. It's just proof of concept for a binary counter. What I was trying to do next is figure out a combination of things to detect a valid data state, because there are some states in here when you're not sure whether it's true or not. Like those lights should turn off both at once to represent 3 going straight to 0, but it looks like a 2 for some time. Anyway, complications. So that's a 2-bit binary counter. Now what I was gonna come and test here was, let me just build it over here. 2 different types of memory circuits, or how to feed data into the memory circuits. So we're going to start with this basic design right here. And we're going to have a race to see who sets their data first. I have a feeling it's just going to go all at once. So we want our input isolator. Boom, boom. Doesn't really matter where it goes. And then we want our... Is it better to have these facing down? Yeah, that's how I usually do it. Put this one here. Let's put one of those here. Do this here, this here. Let's move that up a little bit. Actually, this one's actually gonna... I'm going to put this up at the top because the area where it's going to feed into is in the back. Okay, set wires. This is the set line for version 1. Oops, wrong gates. There we go. Yeah, those ones are close together, so I got food. These get wired together, these get wired together. I'll use this as power. Just feed it off of here. Use this as power. Alright, this is going to come from there. This one is going to actually go around and set the back end of our use it. And yeah, this goes to power. What a mess. This goes to power. This is reset. We just put a line here for that. I'm not sure why I did it that way. Alright, and I'll stick a reset button here. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, that's reset to both. Now input. One input button. Just put it. I hate that you can't put it near the crack. Where's a good place? Alright, so this is going to go to here, and this is just going to look like a mess. Should I bring it around? Nah, why not? This is power. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, and I need some lights for the outputs. Close enough. See, the input is the output on this one, and the output is just the output on that one. So when I set this button, will they both light up at the same time, or will one light up first? Let's find out. Same time. Alright. And that's probably because of this. Yeah, because it responds instantly, usually, no matter what. Let's reset. Do they reset at the same time? Yeah, of course, because there's nothing different there. Alright, so advantages of doing it this way, nothing really. You could see the, oh, there is a difference. If you notice the actual memory array thing here, the feedback occurs. Wait, nope, they're both identical. So if we bypass the isolation thing just by wiring the gosh, what have I done? Where's the one coming from the switch? Let's go switch straight to input. Okay. Will it still reset? Oh yeah, this is the problem. It self-sustains power. That's why I absolutely need the... that's why I do precisely need that to be isolated. Boom, boom, boom. Now reset should work again. Oh, that's weird because I've got this circuit in my tic-tac-toe and did not need to use this at all. Oh, no, no, no. I'm wrong. I did. That's part of it. It's not part of the memory. It's part of a player control circuit. Alrighty. Alright, enough of that. That was what I wanted to test. Now let's take a look at something fun. Here is just a thingamabob that I built to use a ball as a timer. Was trying to get a ball that takes exactly 6 seconds to roll down a ramp and trigger a pressure switch. 6 seconds being 10 ticks of it is 1 minute. So I wanted to make a very clever minute timer. It's pretty close to 5 seconds actually, which I suppose is good. I could just use 12 sequences of it to get a minute. But then it turned into, hey, what if I throw a bunch of other proximity switches there and trigger more ball generators? That's pretty cool. Look at just a moving art display. Yeah. How to waste time in NoMan'sSky. Build wire sculptures. This was going to be the site for my skee ball, but Kibbles beat me to it, and it's like his is awesome. So I'm like, why? I'm not going to do it. I got other things. I got other things to build. Oops. What was I trying to do? Switch to third. Well, cool. That's it. That's what I wanted to show you. Maybe I'll show you one more thing. This was sort of meant as a logic tutorial, but it came a squirrel stream. Boom, 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 boom. I did make another video on tic-tac-toe. I'll just go through it again while it's fresh in my mind. I came up with some better designs for parts of this, and at some point, if I do decide to rebuild it, I'm going to rebuild it in the Amino Hub area of Eyes and Tam in normal mode, so more people could visit. This one's in creative. Oh, sorry, little exclamation point. Don't kill me. Ugh, I always forget I have a teleporter up here. Tic-tac-toe. So right now this thing's pretty cheaty. You could just spam buttons and win straight off the bat. Let's see, there's my you won. Recognize those falling ball things? Yeah, same kind of thing. Except I didn't use a ball as a timer here. I used the cascade of auto switches. When I hit reset, they shall stop after the next iteration. Or there we go. So I'll see when you take a turn, actually, you have to wait until the player light changes to the other color before the next person can go. It's Since these logic circuits are so slow with that half a second delay and everything. Let's do it again. So here, let's go down here. So those gates I was talking about, that's in the front of each memory, that's actually right here in this circuit. It's a little more complicated because I have to switch between two players' sides and control basically which memory circuit gets fed the information using memories right here. Sure, I could jetpack. How'd this ball get randomly here? Oh, that's one of my that's one of my "You're the winner" balls. This may look like a mess, but it's very orderly, really. Yeah, that's the memory circuit. And that's the oof, and this is the other. Each cube has two. Each cube represents one square on the board and has a memory cell for red and a memory cell for blue. And once one is set, the other cannot be set. So at least you'll never have a red and a blue lit up in the same spot. This represents the thing that figures out who won. So all the winning combinations are wired through 3 input AND gates made of 3 auto switches each. And then up there is just the display box. Pretty straightforward. Over here is the circuit that tells you whose turn it is, and it does that by seeing whether there are an odd or an even number of moves already on the board. So odd number means it's red's turn. Even means it's blue's turn. This is the slowest part. That's what makes it take so darn long to get to the next visit. So I added this little progress bar that sort of simulates. Oh, I meant it was blue's turn if it's odd. This just sort of starts counting at a certain time and roughly what's the word I'm looking for? Estimates how long it's going to take for that exclusive OR cascade to work itself through. Anywho, yeah, that's that. I hope you saw something of use to you in that other section. Let me just go back there and put it on screen for a little longer at the end, and maybe I'll make that the thumbnail for the video. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, eerie music. It's so strange. The music on this frozen world sounds like it ought to be one of those creepy worlds. Alright, so these are definitely like useful type things for any sort of in-game mini-game development. Basic circuits for alarms, combo locks, whatever. Positive and negative edges. Power turns on, it blinks. Power turns off, another one blinks. Super simple. Same circuit, This part is what generates the pulse. So you feed power and control into an inverter at the same time. It turns it on, and then the control takes a half a second to register that it's there, so it turns off as soon as it gets that hey, I'm supposed to be off signal. And yeah, so obviously positive. So power goes on here, then power goes on here, power goes off there. And that's how we get our pulses. Turns on, generates pulse. Turns on, generates a pulse. Right, and the memory circuit. Or not memory, but the it is basically a memory circuit with a bunch of extra crap to make them operate together. Oh, so we can get rid of this. This was conclusively worthless. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I don't need to get rid of that right now. I'll do it off stream. 2-bit binary counter. Initial user generated pulse, or it could be a signal from anything else, like a pad being stepped on. This is one way to keep score, although it takes a long time to do it. Another way to keep score is look at Ballisticola's channel, and he's got some pretty good scorekeeping circuits. There are really simple ways to do it, and there are really complicated ways to do it. But there you have it. This thing coming out here is just the output signal that goes to the next level. So it's not actually connected to anything. I put it out there so it'd be easier to see. Anyhow, that's all. Bye-bye. See you next time.